So good morning, all. Welcome. It's Judith. It's a 1-hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. Welcome. If you're brand new today, welcome. We're delighted to see you here, and also our faithful people that have been here for, some of them for years. So everyone is welcome. We're so happy you're here. So the props we use in this class are basically a yoga mat. Now, if you don't have a yoga mat this morning, you could substitute it with a folded blanket or perhaps a beach towel or something like that on a padded surface like carpeting. I wouldn't recommend doing it on a tile or wood floors because your joints will not be happy. They would complain. And then yoga blocks. These are great to have. These are the styrofoam version. They're not expensive. They're available online in big box stores. And if you don't have these, you could substitute with a couple of canned goods, perhaps of equal size and weight. Maybe taking a couple washcloths to soften it if you want to put your hands on those blocks. The other important item that we use would be a strap. And if you don't have a traditional yoga strap, this is easy to substitute with a scarf or a belt, a dog leash, a bathrobe tie, anything like that. I also have padding. I've rolled up a towel and fixed it with rubber bands. It's like a little tiny bolster. You could use padding from the small pillows from the sofa or the bed. And then also here's the hand weight option. This is just a set of 1-pounders, very light. I'd recommend nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class. So those are optional, and those you can weave in later as you go if you want more challenge or not. And last but not least, a chair. This is a very stable metal folding chair. It's got a wide leg base so that there's a lot of stability. If you put it on your yoga mat, your sticky mat, that's a good idea. Or to make sure it doesn't move, you might want to put the back legs up against where the wall meets the baseboard or the floor. So make sure that chair is stable and doesn't move. We'll go look for it in a little bit. Also, if whatever's being offered doesn't work for your body this morning, you can modify. I'm going to modify, have a shoulder issue. Or you could do something else like another posture, or you could skip it altogether. Oh, good. All right, so that's optional. So you know that you're the one that's in charge, not me. So listen to your body, listen to your mind, and all should be well. And I'll be available at the end of the class for questions or comments. So feel free to take notes. Let's start with the feet about shoulder width apart. The toes could point out slightly. We're going to just start circling the hips. So you think about inhaling forward, squeezing the navel to spine, and exhaling as you round in the back. So you're standing tall as you swirl those hips, the 4 corners of each foot rooting into the earth. Oh. And also imagine the crown of the head, the whole head itself, indeed, as a helium balloon. So that head will be floating up to the sky. You're not going to be dangling the head. Let's go a few more in this direction. Nice and easy. Let's corkscrew back to center. Rolling some shoulders, forward, up, back, and down. You might hear some pops and crunches. That's usually just air or gas in the joint. So while we're here busy moving our joints, our hips, our shoulder girdle, we're busy pumping synovial fluid into those joints. Synovial fluid is the lubricant that the body creates to lubricate the joints. And that doesn't happen until you start moving the joint. So we're generating synovial fluid. Let's go the other direction when you find the opportunity. Oh, sighing, moaning, groaning is fine. We're all muted. So if you feel like letting out sound, it's very therapeutic. Oh, let's bring that to stillness now. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead and just drop the chin to the center of the chest. Just pausing in the center here, noticing the stretch at the back of the neck. And we're going to roll right ear over to right shoulder, Take the chin back down center, roll left ear to left shoulder. So we're sweeping just a half circle here, right and left. And see if you can imagine you're scraping something off of your chin onto your chest. So it's a nice deep sweep of the chin. And noticing range of motion on right side or left side. Oh, let's do it one more time each side. Oh. Breathing, big full breaths, and then coming back to center. Let's float the chin parallel to the earth. Let's go ahead and extend the arms out here. And we're going to just have the palms face the earth. See if you can drop the shoulders away from the ears. And we'll do little bounces with our arms, the straight arms. Imagine you're bouncing an invisible tennis ball or whatever for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Arms come to stillness. Rotate the thumbs towards the earth. And now the palms face the wall behind you. Open the chest as you bounce your tennis balls off the back wall for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Rotate the thumbs forward one more time. The palms again face the earth. Let's do little circles now. Little tiny circles for 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's circle the other way. Very gently for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And now slowly release the arms. You're resisting the gravity. You're just not letting the arms flop down, hopefully. The legs can stay about maybe shoulder distance apart, maybe hip distance apart. The toes point forward. And now the hands can rest on hip crease or waist. The feet will stay flat for this. So you're going to bend the knees track over toes. Torso stays upright. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7, or as many as you can manage. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Feet stay flat here. So the torso is upright. Crown of head lines up with tailbone as we pump the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-straighten. Very nice. Maybe the legs can come a little bit wider for this next business. Toes can still point forward. Let's lift the right heel and just start circling the heel. So it's the ankle joint that initiates the movement. Adjust the width of the legs as you need. And just noticing the range of motion in this ankle. And then when you find an opportunity, you're going to circle the other direction, pumping fresh blood, chi, life force into those tiny extremities like the toes. And then we're going to bring that to stillness. You're going to shift the weight over to the right leg. You're going to lift the left heel. And again, it's that left ankle joint that initiates the movement. The rest of the leg goes along for the ride. And you're standing tall, remembering to breathe, LSD breaths, long, slow, and deep. And then let's circle the other direction, warming up the feet, warming up the ankles, also working on strength and flexibility in the feet and the ankles, which should help with your fall prevention. And then let's go ahead and just drop that heel back down to the earth. Let's go ahead and just take the feet nice and wide. We're going to bend the knees will track over toes. So we're going to lift right heel, shift the weight to the left, come back to center, shift left heel, shift the weight to the right. So you're moving side to side, straightening the leg, when you're lifting the heel, and you're keeping the torso upright as best you can. Big full breaths for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Rebend. Let's straighten. If you want to grab a block here, this is a great time to add a block. If you don't have blocks, you can substitute with the canned goods as I recommended, or you can take your chair, turn it around so that you're facing the seat of the chair, and you can rest your hands on the seat of the chair for support. All right. So we'll take the legs nice and wide. Toes point out 30 to 45 degrees. Knees track over toes. Inhale, bend. We'll do just a few of these. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Just do 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Now, right forearm can rest on right thigh. Maybe you want to rest it on your chair seat. You can choose. And then if you have a block, the other hand can rest on your block. So you're going to pulse into the right hip. The knee tracks over toes. The left leg is straight. The left heel is digging into the mat. The toes point up to the sky. And we're giving a nice stretch to that left adductor muscle, which gets overlooked. Little pumps into the right hip for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's glide over to the other side now without lifting up. Now we're going to pump into the left hip. Left knee tracks over left set of toes. Right leg is straight. Right heel grounding into mat. Right toes pointing up to sky. Little pulses into the left hip for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to center. I'm taking my block on the second highest setting. You might want to keep your hands on the mat or on the seat of the chair. Knees bend. Inhale, bend. Deep squat here. Exhale, straighten the legs. Bow to your mat. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the legs straight, bow to your mat. Let's take the right hand, wrap it outside of the left ankle. The legs are still wide. You're trying to press your chest close to the top of the left thigh. And you're breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. Top left arm goes straight up to the sky. If that's too much, just rest the hand on your sacrum. Just rest it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top straight arms, little circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down, slowly moving over to the right leg. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Pressing the chest close to the top of the right thigh for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. Top right arm goes straight up to sky, or it could rest on sacrum. This side might feel different for 4, 3, 2, 1. Little circles with the top straight arm for 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. Let's go back to center. Now you can heel toe the feet together slowly or step the feet together. And now the toes point forward. The feet are directly under the hips. So we're going to do a series of flat back lifts here. Hands start at the ankles, dragging it up the shins to the knees. Halfway up, back is flat. You could serve your tea there, no spilling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Engage the abs here. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And let's go ahead and take the hands up to the thighs. You're going to stack the bones slowly as you come to standing, avoiding the head rush. Let's roll the shoulders open. Oh, recollecting here. Nice big inhale, soft knees. Inhale up. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Lifting and pressing. Lifting and pressing. This time we're going to keep the arms up. And now we're climbing an invisible rope. Or maybe you're picking apples or cherries or whatever. The challenge here is to keep the chest square to the front of your space so you're not torquing off to the left and the right. We're hydrating those intercostal muscles that attach to the side ribs. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back here, slowly the arms come back down. Let's keep them parallel to the earth. We're going to bend the elbows now. We're going to pinch the shoulder blades together. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to your neutral pose. Soft fists. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7. Drop shoulders away. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Very nice. And now the arms, again, resisting gravity, can float on down. Very nice. Let's do a couple more things for the upper body. So the feet can be about, I'd say, shoulder width apart. Arms are here in neutral by the side body. Let's just drop over to the right. You're keeping the chest square to the front of your space. And just noticing the weight of that arm and that hand. You're going to spread the fingers wide on the right hand, and you're going to start circling the wrist in one direction, really opening it up, stretching out those tiny digits and the ligaments and veins and so forth that are in there. And we're going to start circling the other way, making it go in circles both ways. And then you're going to bring it to stillness, and you're going to lift the arm, just drop, come back to center, drop over to the left. Same idea, noticing the weight of that arm. Fingers are spread wide. You're going to start circling the wrist. In one direction. Fingers are spread wide, really giving some stretch to those fingers where arthritis likes to go. Let's get rid of it. Circling. Let's come back to center. Everything quiet. And then coming back over to the right. This time the top left arm floats by the ear. I'm sort of modifying because I'm injured here, but the arm is by the ear. The fingertips stretch to the side wall. And you're noticing that huge stretch on the left side of the body for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press it away. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's take the arm up. Half rainbow arc as you slowly resist the body, the gravity, rather, the body is resisting it. There we go. Inhale up. Exhale, tilting over to the other side. Again, noticing the weight of that lower arm. The top right arm stretches to the side wall for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Just as squared for 4, 3, 2. Very nice. And then again, this arm is a half rainbow arc, resisting the gravity, coming on down. Very nice. Now, let's go ahead and let's take the left foot slightly farther forward than the right. And you're going to face with your pelvis that extended left leg. You're going to take the left arm and you're going to just start shaking it here, shaking it out, extending the torso over that left leg. And then you're going to come on up and you're going to roll that shoulder forward, up, back, and down as you twist to the left. And then you're going to go back and you're going to dangle your arm. That arm could be like a wet spaghetti noodle. Yeah. And then you're going to come on up and you're going to forward, up, back, and down with that shoulder as you twist and look over your shoulder. Let's do 2 more in just this way. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. This time, let's come on down and we'll stay down. And now we're going to just take with your left hand, grab the ankle, the left ankle, and you're going to float your right arm up to the sky. So we're twisting in the opposite direction now. We're twisting to the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top right arm comes down. Now the right hand grabs the left ankle. The right hand grabs the left ankle. The top left arm floats up to the sky, twisting in the other direction. Breathing, staying calm and relaxed for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. As long as we're here, let's just start tapping that lower leg, the calf and the shin with your hands. And then let's move up the leg, but just gently kind of caress the knee. We don't want to irritate the knee. They get very cranky as we age. So let's just be nice to the knee. And then we can tap the thigh all the way around. And then we're going to go back down to the ankle and we're going to draw the energy up the leg. You can touch the leg or not. You can just draw chi, life force up. Inhale up. Let's go over one more time. Exhale over. Inhale up. And then exhale over. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale over. And then slowly coming up, hands to hips or waist. Left foot comes in, shake out the legs if that feels appropriate. And now we'll go over to the right. So the right foot comes slightly farther forward, pointing out maybe 10 degrees, and you're going to turn the pelvis there so that you're facing your extended right leg. You're going to take your right arm and just start loosening it here as you bend over that right leg. And then slowly you can come on up and just roll that shoulder forward, up, back, and down as you twist to the right. Oh boy. Whew. Go back down, shake that wet spaghetti arm, and then up we go to twist. Let's do 4 of these. 4. 3. Don't rush it. 2. And 1. Last one. Let's go back down over the right leg. And starting at the ankle, we're going to just start tapping and patting the lower leg, the shin and the calf. And then you're going to gently caress your right knee. You're not going to be bashing on it. No. And then we'll go up to the thigh. And get all the way around that thigh. Front, side, and back. And then you're going to go back down to your ankle and draw the energy up the leg. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Let's exhale and stay over on this one. Now, left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Right arm floats up to sky, chest pressing close to the top of the right thigh for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down. Now the right hand grabs the right ankle. Now the left arm floats up to the sky. We're twisting the other way for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming back all the way down. Now we're drawing the energy up the leg. We'll do this 3 times. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale over. Coming up slowly. Arms extend out to the side. Right leg meets the left. Arms come down. Roll the shoulders. Open the chest. Just let the arms come to rest by the side of the body. Maybe you want to drop the eyes closed, noticing where the energy may have moved in the body. Heart beating, blood flowing, chi, life force, energy moving throughout the system. Let's place one hand on heart, one hand on belly. And we'll work on 3-part Durga breath. So visualizing this, inhale, belly expands, rib cage expands, collarbones lift, filling it, filling it, filling it, noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, ribs, belly, squeezing out all the stale air and noticing that pause at the bottom. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, pausing in the silence at the top. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly, squeezing out all the air and pausing in the silence at the bottom. 2 more just like this on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. And now here with the feet directly under the hips. So where that femur bone plugs into the hip girdle, that's hip distance. This isn't hip distance. So it's pretty narrow under hip distance. If you can bounce the heels, say 1/4 of an inch off of your mat or your surface that you're working on, this will help work on bone density, first of all. Secondly, it's strengthening your ankles, your calves, your Achilles tendon, your feet for 8. And just see if you can move in any direction that feels good. It's a meditation in motion. 7, move the body any way that feels good while you bounce. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And then slowly bringing the body to stillness, bringing the legs and the feet to stillness. Let's take the feet a little bit wider now. We're just going to swing those arms like empty coat sleeves, wet spaghetti. And you're twisting and you're looking over those shoulders for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And let's come back down to stillness. We're going to go to the earth in just a minute, but before we do that, let's take soft fists and start pounding the hips where those hip bones are. And we're going to wake it up, tapping the sides of the hips. Moving on to your bum. I'm going to tap the bum. And then you're going to tap up here by the kidneys, which they're a little higher, giving them a little wake-up call. Coming down the outsides of the legs. Coming up the insides of the legs. And then returning back to your hips. We'll do it 2 more times. This is a good way to bring blood to the surface of the skin. And then you're going to move to the hips. Back to the bum. And then up by the kidneys. Don't forget your kidneys. Very important. And then down the outsides of the legs. The yang meridian. Up the inside, the yin meridian. Last time. Tapping those hips. Big full breaths as you tap. Going to the sides of the hips. Moving on to the bum. Up to the kidneys. And then down the outsides of the legs. You could do this to wake up in the morning. Up the insides of the legs. Very nice. And now let's just go ahead and circle the navel. You can stack the palms on top of each other and you can circle the navel. So you're going up the right side, which is the ascending colon, across the front transverse colon, down the left descending colon. So we're assisting our colon to move food and waste through the body, moving it out eventually, and just sending that energy, kind of locking in that chi we've been generating. Just plug it right in like a savings account here. And then bringing that to stillness, let's just shake the arms. So you're trying to rotate the humerus bone in the socket for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bringing that to stillness. If you're using blocks, place them there at the narrow end of your mat so you don't have to go look for them later. And if you have anxiety about getting down on the earth, here's where your chair comes in handy. So if you need assistance to get onto the earth up and down, make sure your chair is in a stable position. It's not going to move once you start putting your weight on it. So you're going to face the seat of the chair. The hands can grip along the edge of the seat of the chair. Most of the weight will go in the arms. You're going to shift the weight to one leg, and then you're going to slowly lower one knee down. Second knee joins it, and you're on the earth. To get back up, it's the same thing. You could grab the side of the chair or forearms on the chair. If you need to assist a leg forward, assist a leg forward. This back foot is going to tuck the toes. Again, most of the weight in the arms. Inhale, exhale, lift the bum up into the sky. One foot under the seat of the chair, second foot joins it. And then you can use the back of the chair to slowly stand up, avoiding the head rush, avoiding getting dizzy, all of that. We don't want anybody to fall over because they're dizzy, all right? So either using the chair to get on the earth or facing that narrow end of the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This time we stay down. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Let's just shake the head. Yes, the hands could come to the mat, or maybe they could come to blocks if you have blocks. And however you do it, if that doesn't work, hands on thighs, micro bending the knees left and right. We're in a standard forward fold here, Uttanasana. We're micro bending the knees, stretching out the low back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Knees and legs come to stillness. Hands come to the earth or low blocks. Stepping into downward facing dog. Breathing. So you're trying to get the body in the triangle shape. The hands are flat on the mat or the blocks. The fingers are spread wide. You can bicycle pedal your heels, wag your dog tail. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Knees float down to earth very mindfully. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. This is where I take my rolled up towel. I place it behind my knees. It will create more space so that I can press the bum back towards the heels and maybe get a little closer. And the forehead can rest on the mat. If the forehead doesn't make it to the mat, you can stack palms, rest the forehead there. Stack fists, rest the forehead there. Or if you have a block, you could rest it on a low setting of the block. The arms can either stretch forward, maybe the arms want to rest by the legs. And then once you've organized your best version of pose, little rock side to side might feel delicious. Maybe it's a static press. Relaxing the face and the jaw, no grinding of teeth. And just allowing that body to melt into the earth, feeling Mother Earth supporting you. Breathing into the back body now. Inhale, lower back, middle back, upper back. Noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, upper back, middle back, lower back. Squeezing out all the air and noticing the pause at the bottom. 2 more, just like this. Inhale, lower, middle, upper back, pausing at the top. Exhaling, upper, middle, lower back, squeezing out all the air and pausing at the bottom. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly finding your way up to hands and knees, neutral table. It might be a good idea to pad your knees here. I have a squishy mat, but you could fold a blanket or towel. Make sure there's no lumps or bumps so everything is even. And then the hands can come either onto the mat or low blocks. It's hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide, abdominals engaged. Let's do a series of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, spread the sits bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop the belly. Spread the sits bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze like a Halloween cat. A few more now on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's come back to neutral table. And now we'll do a series of hip circling just to open up Lubricate those hips and squeeze out any air bubbles or anything that might have crept in there. Breathing. Couple more in this direction. And then you're going to circle in the other way as you find the opportunity. That might feel different. Maybe it feels the same. Maybe it feels good. Big full breaths. And then coming back to neutral table, I'm going to take my blocks and put them on the tall setting. I'm taking my right foot. I won't mirror you for this. And either the hands can frame the foot. I have very short arms, so I'm using my blocks as arm extenders to frame that right foot. The right foot is flat. The right knee stacks over the right heel, and the left leg stretches out as long as you can get it behind you, preferably with the knee padded, all right? If you want to lift the chest more, walk your blocks underneath your armpits. That'll lift you up a bit. You might make a deeper press into that right hip for 4, 3, 2, 1. So the front leg is going to straighten. The toes point up to the sky. The heel stays grounded as you drop the torso down the inside of the right thigh. Inhale forward, pressing into that low lunge. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one. Inhale forward. And then exhale, you're going to stay back this time. I like to take my hands to the earth for this as I drop the torso down the inside of the right thigh. And you're breathing for 4. Hello, hamstrings. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming only slightly out of it. You might want to keep your hands on the mat. Maybe you want to keep them on blocks, but you're going to start internally and externally rotating the entire right leg. The right heel is grounded. The toes point to the sky. We're windshield wipering the right leg, the right foot, all of it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Go back to neutral. The whole foot goes flat. One more time. You're going to press into that low lunge one more time. Maybe you want to lift the chest. Maybe you want to stay right here. Maybe the arms, the hands want to come to that front top part here of the right thigh. And maybe your right hand comes to your hip. The left hand can press outside of that right thigh, and you're twisting to the right. Balance challenge here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind it slowly. And then from here, right foot goes back to meet the left. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. So we're pausing between sides. Your thighs could be in parallel for this too. It doesn't have to be knees wide apart. Oh. And then you can press the hips back towards the heels. Maybe little micro movements, maybe not. As long as we're here, let's take the arms on the earth to the left. Press your right hip away on the diagonal 45 degrees, resulting in a huge stretch on the right side of the body. Oh. Maybe it's a static press, maybe little wiggles. You can choose for 4, 3, 2, back to center. Hands go over on the earth to the right. Left hip presses away 45 degrees on the diagonal. Huge stretch on the left side of the body for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back to center, coming back slowly into your neutral table. You're using blocks. You can use your blocks as arm extenders. This time it's the left foot going forward or the leg you didn't work before. And then either hands on the mat to frame that left foot, or the blocks as arm extenders. Left knee stacks over left heel. Right leg stretches out behind as far as it's willing to go. And maybe if you want to lift the chest, the blocks can come under the armpits, pressing deeply into this left hip for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we start straightening and bending the front left leg. The torso drops down the inside of the left thigh as you go back. Inhaling as you go forward, pressing into the left hip. Opening it as you stretch the leg out. Forward and back. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 2 more. Last one, inhale, and we're going to stay back on this one. Now the hands can come to the mat for more stability. You're still in your forward fold here, inside of the left thigh. The left heel is grounded. The left toes point to the sky. You're going to start windshield wipering the entire left foot, the entire lower leg and upper leg, side to side, pumping again. We're making our own synovial fluid for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And now back to neutral. The foot goes flat. We're going to go ahead and return either to hands surrounding the foot or blocks surrounding the foot. And you're going to go forward into your low lunge one more time. And then from here, you might want to stay right here with blocks or no blocks, pressing into the left leg. Maybe the hands want to come to the top of the left thigh. Avoid the knee joint. Right hand presses outside of left thigh, and then the left hand comes to the left hip as you twist to the left and look over the shoulder to the wall behind you for 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind slowly, slowly, and then going ahead and taking the left foot back to meet the right. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. Very nice. A little oasis of pause here. Coming into your child's pose. Big full breath here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then slowly arising out of your child's pose, finding your way to sitting on the earth. Here you might wish to fold a blanket or towel or something to sit on. This will help tilt the pelvic bowl forward, lifting that pelvic bowl forward. It's like you're spilling water out of the pelvic bowl. And what we'll do here is we're going to just come into Sukhasana, which is easy pose. And I like to take the blocks and just prop the thighs here. So I'm not gripping in the hip creases. I can pull the flesh away from the sits bones so you get a nice stable connection to your mat or your blanket. And then the ankles line up with one another. So grabbing either knees or shins, let's just start circling the rib cage. Again, stimulating those internal organs. Big full breaths. And imagining again the head like a helium balloon. So you're not just letting the head dangle and flop around. It's lined up with your tailbone. And then let's find the other direction. Circle the other way. Squeezing those abdominals as you round in the back. Oh, nice and easy. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Now I'm getting rid of the blocks. Now I'm taking the soles of the feet together. And you're drawing them as close to the body as is available, but you're not going to force it or jam it. You do your optimum, not your maximum. So the soles of the feet kiss. You might want to tuck your elbows into the soft parts of the thigh. Try to avoid the knee joint and sit tall as you rock from side to side. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Let's going ahead and extending the legs in front. And now, if you'd like support and you have blocks, you can just slide those blocks underneath your knees and you're all set, or not. You can choose. So whatever works for you. You might want to wrap a strap around the balls of the feet. That's also another strategy. So let's inhale up, exhale over along the sides of the legs, and you're going to drag the arms along the sides of the legs as you sit back up. Inhale up, cascade over, just like a water wheel. Inhale up, exhale over. Last one, inhale up, exhale, let's stay over, and grab whatever you can grab. Maybe it's the thighs, maybe it's the shins, maybe it's the feet. Maybe you've got a strap wrapped around the balls of both feet. Maybe it's a static press. Maybe I'm doing a little rock side to side here, which feel kind of yummy. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then slowly sitting back upright, no rush to get there. Hands can come by the hips. The fingers point to the wall behind. And we're going to stretch the legs out, flexing the feet and pointing the feet. So you're flexing and pointing. You're sitting tall. You're spreading the toes wide. Maybe you want to add in circles with the ankles. Getting energy, blood flow into the feet and the toes. If you're circling, be sure you circle in both directions. For 4, 3, 2. Very nice. And then clearing your space of all props. You're going to face the narrow end of your mat, if you're not already. And let's go ahead and just grab behind the backs of the knees, and we're going to roll on down, all the way down onto the mat. Let's draw the knees into the chest. And either it's a static press or here, and this is a great place to rock side to side. You can even massage the back of the skull. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to center. The feet drop to the earth. The knees stay bent. Let's take the arms in T position. The feet are mat width apart. So we're going to windshield wiper those bent knees side to side. Oh yeah. For 4, 3, 2, 1. When the knees drop to the left, leave them there. You might want to turn the face and the neck to the right. So we're in a supine twist here. If it bothers your neck to look to the right, skip it. The bent knees drop to the left. They don't have to go to the earth. You might want to drop them onto a block or a cushion. I'm taking my right hip and doing little pulses up to where the wall meets the ceiling this time. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to center. Feet are still mat width apart. You're windshield wipering those knees side to side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. When the knees drop to the right, leave them there. And now the face and the neck might want to look to the left, but if it bothers your neck, skip the neck part. And again, the left hip is going to be pulsing up to where the wall meets the ceiling here. Little pulses with the left hip for 4, 3, 2, Very nice. Back to center. Windshield wiper those knees a few times just to recalibrate. Oh, yeah. And then coming back to neutral, feet and legs are hip distance apart. Let's straighten both legs onto the mat. Let's stretch the arms above the head on the earth. The palms will face the midline. So you're going to stretch left hand away from left foot. Come back to neutral. Stretch right arm and hand away from right foot. So you're stretching the body side to side, left and right, languidly, no rushing, and maybe making yourself an inch taller, creating more space for those internal organs that are working 24/7 for 4, 3, 2. Nice. Bringing everything to stillness, arms and legs come out 30 to 45 degrees. We have arrived in resting pose, corpse pose, Shavasana, one of our favorite poses. So if flat on the back isn't working, you could roll something underneath your knees to protect the low back. If that doesn't work, return to feet mat width apart, knees knocked together like a tent, restorative rest pose. If on the back is impossible, you could roll onto one side, stack hips, stack legs, rest head on upper arm or maybe on a block in a cushion, something. Or if you have an available wall, might want to put legs up the wall. Or sitting in a chair, feet flat, sitting tall, arms and hands placed on the thighs, just the hands. And then once you've organized your arms and your legs, just allowing the eyes to drop closed. Scanning the body for the effects of the practice and breathing into any residual tension that might remain. Relaxing the face and the jaw, the back of the neck. And just tuning into that natural breath. Belly rising on the inhale, belly collapsing on the exhale. Allowing the breath to breathe you. And then noticing a relaxation that envelops the feet, starts in the soles of the feet. Imagining we're putting our feet into that hot tub. And that softness moves into the ankles, the low legs, the knees, the thighs, allowing legs and feet to become very, very heavy. From there, it moves into the hips, the pelvis, the low back releases. And then from there, from the belly, it goes into the waist and the torso, enveloping all the vital organs, marinating all the vital organs in deep relaxation. It moves up the chest and into the shoulders. It rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. And from there, it moves into the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases. The face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And while we rest in Shavasana, here's a quote from Pema Chodron from her book, Welcoming the Unwelcome. If our aim is to wake up for the benefit of ourselves and other living beings, then it's necessary for us to change. These challenging times give us the greatest opportunity for change. Every time we catch ourselves going down the rut of a habitual reaction, we have a chance to interrupt the momentum and discover a whole new direction and depth to our lives. When we start to ask ourselves, does it matter? We realize how many aspects there are to every situation. We begin to appreciate how interconnected we are to the rest of the world, and how even our thought patterns can lead to a whole series of consequences. If you'd like to remain here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, you're on the earth, giving yourself a hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.